Listos. All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this regular meeting of the Sunland Park City Council. Today is April 21st, 2026. It is 5:34 p.m. This session is now in order. If I can have the roll call, please.
Councilor Mili Sandoval. Councilor Raúl Telles.
Present.
Councilor María Burciaga.
Present.
Councilor Armando Mata. Councilor Berta Salmón.
Present.
Councilor Alberto Jaramillo.
Present.
We have a quorum.
All right. Okay. No sé quién es. ¿Yo? No? All right. I remind everyone to speak into your microphones for the people online. With that, if we can please rise for the pledge, Councilor Tellez, if you can lead us, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, if there's any item in the agenda with which a member of the council or the staff has a conflict of interest, you have the opportunity to express it. Seeing and hearing none, we'll move on to approval of the agenda order. Councilor, I would just entertain one change. Staff is requesting to remove items 11 and 12. Any objection to including that into your motion?
No.
Seeing no objection, that'll be in your motion. I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion has been seconded by Councilor Reyes. For the people online, if you can please mute your microphones, please. Any further changes to the agenda order? Seeing and hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
All opposed say nay. Abstentions. Motion carries unanimously. Items 11 and 12 have been removed. And if there's anybody in the audience who was here for those two items, there's a technicality which was the reason why we're removing those two items from the agenda today. From there, we'll go on to public comment. There's 30 minutes available, 3-minute rule applies for speaker. I have Carmen Melendres. Mr.
Mayor, City Councilors, City Managers, it's a pleasure to be here today. I'm introducing myself. I'm Carmen Melendres. I'm the Border Liaison for the New Mexico Environment Department. I've only been in my position for a short time, but I immediately recognized amazing leadership in the Sunland Park area, and I am here to support greater collaboration between the residents and the leadership of Sunland Park and the New Mexico Environment Department. Thank you for having us today.
Thank you. Congratulations on your new role. Anybody else who did not sign up who wishes to address the council? All right, seeing and hearing none. We'll start with remarks and inquiries by the City Council. Councilor Sandoval?
No.
Councilor Salmon?
Not at the moment, sir.
Councilor Jaramillo?
No, Mayor.
Councilor Burciaga?
Not at this moment.
Councilor Tellez?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Just want to take a moment to acknowledge the accomplishments for Desert View Elementary, actually, over this Saturday. The Dash, their first annual Dash for Autism, was a complete success. We had Sunland Park PD present. Of course, coordinations through Mr. Carranco and other staff members. Again, great turnout. Myself and Councilor Salmon, we went out and decided to be youngins and run it. We paid for it dearly, me personally, in the ER yesterday, but it is what it is. We do it for the cause, not for the applause, but I appreciate all the efforts. We had over 200 plus runners out in participation, so it was a great effort across the board. Thank you.
All right. And then from here, we'll go on to item number 1 under proclamation, the 30th anniversary of the Joint Advisory Committee. Now, if you want to do your presentation, and then I'll do the proclamation reading after that.
Well, Mr. Mayor and members of the council, it's great to be here. I just want to announce we've got 3 of us here.
Hello, my name is Armando Paz with the private citizen in Las Cruces.
And my name is Dave Dubois with New Mexico State University. And so my colleagues and I would like to ask for your support today for a proclamation recognizing a significant milestone for our region, and that's the 30th anniversary of the Joint Advisory Committee on the Improvement of Air Quality in Ciudad Juarez, Chihuahua, El Paso, Texas, and Doña Ana County, New Mexico, known as the JAC, J-A-C. It was on May 7th, 1996, that the governments of the United States and Mexico signed a historic agreement that formally created the JAC with a clear mission, and that is to foster binational cooperation on effective air quality management across the shared air basin. So for 3 decades, the committee has worked tirelessly to address air pollution across the Paso del Norte air basin, united Ciudad Juarez, El Paso, and Doña Ana County. So the purpose of this proclamation is to formally acknowledge the JAC's ongoing activities and its sustained commitment to improving the air we breathe. So by recognizing the 30th anniversary on May 7th, 2026, we honor the founding organizers, the past and present members, and the collaborative programs and projects that have made this binational partnership a model for the border. So this is a testament to what we can achieve when we work together across borders for the health of our community. That is our proclamation. So thank you very much.
So thank you for joining us and presenting with us. It's very important to work across these different jurisdictions to address the common issues that we all have to face. So thank you for leading this. And with that, I would entertain a motion to approve the proclamation.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion on the floor, Councilor Reyes, seconded by Councilor Jaramillo. And let me read the proclamation. Proclamation, City of Sunland Park, New Mexico. Whereas historically portions of southern Doña Ana County have exceeded the NAAQS for ozone and PM10, while El Paso has exceeded U.S. national ambient air quality standards for ozone, particulate matter, and carbon monoxide, Ciudad Juarez does not meet the air quality Mexican official norms for particulate matter and ozone pollutants. Long-term exposure to these air pollutants poses a threat to healthy individuals. Whereas May 7, 1996, the United States and Mexican governments took a major step towards fostering cooperation for implementing effective air pollution measures and signed an agreement, Appendix 1, under the Annex V of 5 of the 1983 La Paz Agreement, that created the Joint Advisory Committee for the Improvement of Air Quality in Ciudad Juarez, Chihuahua, El Paso, Texas, Doña Ana County, New Mexico Air Basin, the Paso del Norte Air Basin. Whereas by signing the May 7, 1996 agreement, the United States and Mexican governments formally recognized the International Air Basin as one unified air basin encompassing the communities within the Paso del Norte, emphasizing cost-effective emissions reductions, engaging local public-private citizens, and addressing priorities that more accurately reflect community needs. Whereas we, the people of these communities, acknowledge the JAC's activities and their commitment to improving air quality, and wish to recognize the 30th anniversary of the JAC on May 7th, 2026, honoring the organizers of programs and projects conducted in the spirit of a one air basin approach. Whereas 30 years of the signing of the Pioneer Agreement, empowering the communities of the Paso del Norte region to develop cooperative transboundary strategies for the improvement of air quality, and committing to implement those strategies through each country's environmental law. Now therefore we, the Mayor and the City Council of Sunland Park, do hereby proclaim that May 7, 2026 be recognized as the Paso del Norte Air Basin in recognition of the 30th anniversary of the Joint Advisory Committee. Signed this day, April 21st, 2026. I have a motion on the floor. It has been seconded. Let me have a roll call vote on the matter, please.
Councilor Mili Sandoval, Councilor Armando Mata, Councilor Raúl Telles,
Aye.
Councilor María Burciaga, Councilor Berta Salmón,
Aye. Aye.
Councilor Alberto Jaramillo.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion carries unanimously. The proclamation is approved. Congratulations. We can get up here and take a picture, and that'd be great, no?
That would be great to get a picture. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. you.
Me tocó en Almirante, este sí no me puedo levantar.
¿Bien incómodas, verdad?
Sí. Ni modo. Es lo que me tocó.
¿Vale?
Es lo que me tocó, ni modo.
Hágase un poquito para acá, pues que está el micrófono, ¿no?
Sí, así está bien. No es que la tarde.
All righty. From here, we're going to go on to item number 2 under presentation, City Council Legal Consultation Request Form.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. We're going to make a presentation, have our IT director provide an overview of a plan to be able to assist council members whenever they have or need assistance from legal counsel related to any city business. This will allow us to be able to track requests, but more importantly, when it comes to transparency and invoices from the attorneys, we need to be able to just be able to justify the expenses as we're utilizing those services. So, Mr. Bacalba.
Thank you. Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah. See?
Good afternoon, Council. Luis Rubalcaba, IT Director. So what I'll be showing you guys today is going to be on the screens. This is going to be a link that is going to be shared directly to you guys only, because this is only something that Council should be using. Like Mario mentioned, this is to be able to keep track of requests from Council requesting legal services. So we have created a specific site for you guys to access in order to be able to submit these requests over to management. It's very simple. So you have drop downs. On the first one, it'll give you your district, so you just have to select your name. Your email, you have to use your work email in order for this to be submitted over to Mario. The phone number, of course, if you want to put your phone number, Mario probably has your number anyways, but we do require it on the form just to make for tracking purposes. There is multiple types of requests you can select. So you can select whichever you want, and you can select multiple options as well. So whatever you are requesting legal services for, you are able to select the option there, again, to whichever one you are requesting at that time. The ideal response date, of course, we want to be able to make sure that we respond to you by the time you are requesting it. So we ask to be able to enter a date depending on your request by when you would want a response. Of course, this is going to legal, so they also have a turnaround time to be able to get back to you for the request. Also, under priority, we have 3 options. We have a standard review, time sensitive, or critical/emergency. So standard review is just you need legal advice, no time sensitive, no time frame needed. Time sensitive, so it may be tied to an upcoming agenda item or a legal matter. And then critical is either something that is affecting safety operations or active litigation. Specific deadline reason, so just a reason what you are requesting to be able to, why the request you are requesting to either be critical or not. And the only reason we ask for your name is because on the form, when this gets sent to Mario, it is getting your digital signature. So that's really why you need to enter your name, so you are signing the form that is being sent on the back end to Mario. On the left side, there's also an initial acknowledgement. So we are asking within 3 to 5 business days to acknowledge your request. So you will get an acknowledgement from Mario within 3 to 5 days once that is submitted over to him. So once you click submit on this form or send, it'll get sent to Mario, and Mario reviews it, and Mario takes it from there either personally himself or will send it over to legal. Pretty simple. Common questions: what is an LSR or legal service request? It just tells you that you have legal options to be able to, formal channel to request legal options. Who can use it? Again, mayor or council. And is this public? No, this is not open to the public. This is only for staff and legal that will receive this form. Super simple, and I stand for any questions.
So we will get that link, right?
Correct. After this meeting, I will send you the link that is.
So if someone accesses that link,
It is, at the moment, it is password protected, so I will send
Okay.
you a password as well.
okay.
But also, again, you need to use your city email. So if somebody goes in there and tries to use a Gmail, it won't allow them to send the form itself.
That works.
And I stand for any other questions.
Any questions?
Mayor,
Go ahead.
thank you. This this is not subject to IPRA.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, I'll get a definitive answer from the attorney, but typically, if it's a case under OMA, for example, for closed session, those are very sensitive matters in nature, and so those types of conversations are going to be attorney-client privilege, but I'll get a more definitive and clear response. That's a great question.
So this is an add-on to simple questions related to legal counsel. It's not that this is gonna be the absolute official, the only one way to get answers from the attorneys. Is that true?
The intent is to be able, to provide good customer service, right? And we do get invoice monthly, and so we got to cross-reference their invoice statements. And so in order to be able to do that, we've got to just have knowledge, right? There may be those scenarios too where you've got to speak to legal counsel. Just let me know. You'll be able to contact them directly, and I just need to have a general idea of when they're going to have that conversation with you, so that when we do get the invoices, we can cross-check them and get them paid appropriately.
Yes, I believe this is good, and I really do like this way you presented it. Mr. Rubalcaba is very nice. Good job with this. And I know that this is maybe to not pay twice or thrice for every time a council asks some kind of question. So for tracking, councilors can look at it and it's already been questioned, it's already been answered. So, but yes, I believe that it's important that if it's something urgent or times, that's important that we need to speak to the attorney right now. I think that we should also have that option, which is good what you just mentioned.
Yeah. And we've done in the past, so we'll continue to do that.
Thank you, Mario.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Rubalcaba. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Council. Mayor, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions? Item number 3, Sunland Park Police Department Recruitment and Retention Plan.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, we've been working collaboratively, of course, with members of the PD, and one of the areas that we know have been a challenge for this region has been recruitment and retention, which is also often coupled with compensation. And so tonight we're going to have a presentation to talk a little bit about some of the programs that we're exploring. And so we believe it's a good time to bring this before you and not just go down a path where you haven't had an opportunity to at least know some of the areas that we're considering, be able to get some open feedback tonight and give us an opportunity to continue to explore these recruitment and retention scenarios this calendar year, so that we can come back with a formal plan later down the latter part of this calendar year for you to consider.
Good afternoon, Mayor, councilors, city manager, deputy city manager, and public present. My name is Lieutenant Raul Romero. I've been with the city of Sunland Park for 10 years now. I progressed through the ranks from officer all the way now to being a lieutenant, and I appreciate the time they provided me to present this item. As you may all know, recruitment and retention is nationwide. We're all having issues, right? Every single police department is having issues, but I believe that through this this presentation, you'll be able to look at our department and see that it has a lot of incentives that need to be implemented in order for us to recruit the right type of individuals and to retain those officers who have the experience and who have been working for longer periods of time than the young officers that we have now. Due to these, or the lack of incentives, we don't have a lot of applicants and we are losing a lot of senior officers. So this presentation is going to be an overview of the presentation I provided you in hard copy for your review for later times. However, we'll go through this really quick. Sunland Park Police Department's recruitment and retention plan is purpose is to, again, be able to get applicants who are going to be of benefit to the city, who are going to be of benefit to our community. I can tell you all right now that due to the lack of staffing, we are not providing the services that we should be providing to the community. That oath that we swore upon to serve and protect, it's not being met, and the fact is we don't have the personnel to do so. So this plan is, in my opinion, should be implemented so we can provide our community and our city with the services that they need to be provided with overall. The recruitment strategy, what we're looking at really quick is to provide a sign-on bonus, recruitment bonus, which would be $7,500 in 3 installments. The initial one would be upon the applicants approving or wanting to be an employee with us. Once they become an employee, they'll receive those $2,500. The second installment will come at the finalization of their field training with FTO, and upon successful completion of that, they'll receive the next installment, which is another $2,500, and the final $2,500 would be at the end of a satisfactory year with the police department. Now, please keep in mind that these installments are going to be geared for a commitment contract. With at least 3 years of commitment contract with the police department. If they don't fulfill that, then obviously they would have to reimburse those funds back to the city. Right now, we don't have anything implemented, no incentive to become a police officer with the city of Sunland Park. In my opinion, I understand that we can't compete with $30,000 that Las Cruces is giving as bonuses, but I think that something is better than nothing. Let's incentives or have incentives for the public to come and become police officers with the city. I believe we are a great city, and I think that having these incentives in place is going to be a benefit. Now, the next one's going to be the longevity bonus. There's 2 models in your packets. One's going to be on a yearly basis, depending on the years of service. For example, if you're between the year 1 and 3, you'll receive a 2% of your pay at the end of the last pay period of the year. And that would be every year, just depending on where you land on your years for service. Now, I provided a total number there that's been calculated for your review. The second model is a little bit more affordable because it doesn't pay every year. It only pays at year 3, 5, year 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15 at that percentage. Now, not only are we asking for this money for the police officers already here or the police officers that we're going to hire, we're asking for this money as an investment not only to the police department but to the community and to the public. And I can tell you that not only as a police officer, I think it's a great idea, but also as a resident. I've been a resident of Sunland Park for 26 years, and I've seen the city grow, and I know its potential, and I know it can become one of the best cities here in New Mexico. We're second in sales with cannabis, so there's potential to grow. The GRT is there, and I believe that having a recruitment and retention program is essential to the police department because we've never had one at all. Obviously, with all this, not only the monetary portion of it, we've also already started implementing the rebrand of the police department, with the city websites being rebranded as well. We're trying to host a lot more recruitment campaigns for the police department. I see El Paso PD billboards, Las Cruces billboards, but I've never seen one for Sunland Park. I think we need to move forward and make it an effort to promote ourselves, to put ourselves out there, because if we don't, we're never going to get those officers that we should be having. And that concludes my presentation to all of you.
Any questions by the council?
I have a question, Mayor.
Councilor Admin?
Thank you. So, is this only the intent for this is for new recruits, or are we also looking into retroactively giving an incentive for the people who have been here for several years.
Yes, so it's going to be for both. The sign-on bonus is going to be for new recruitment, for the recruitment of new officers, and then the longevity program is going to be for those officers who are here already, so we can recognize them for all their loyalty to the city. So they're going to have bonuses as well.
So it's only a bonus. Is there a legal way that I mean, because they've been here, some of them for like 10 years, they wouldn't qualify for the initial incentive, right? Is there a way that legally we could also, they could be affected in a positive way for them to also get that bonus, Mario?
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, the answer is yes. Yeah, and so we are working with PD right now in the current budget, so that you're aware, the draft that was presented. We did put in there we put in there 75,000 for the recruitment bonus, right, which would be structured in 3 installments of 2,500 apiece. In addition to that, we're continuing to explore some of these other longevity program, for example. We also put in an adjustment with this year's compensation for that same reason. There was 12% in the draft budget for PD, but we want to continue to explore the long-term compensation package, the recruitment and retention package that's sustainable, right? We have to pair that with the growth and the revenues, future revenues that'll be generated here in the city of Sunland Park. So,
yes. So I would like to see that. In that case, I would like to see this to be amended, where also our officers who have been more than 1 year, or not just a bonus, but also the opportunity that they missed starting working with the city.
yes, sir.
Thank you, Mario.
You're very welcome. And just to be clear, Mayor and members of the council, we'll take the feedback back and we'll continue to work on the program. I'm not going to say to the council today that we're bringing a full program at one point. I can't say that today with clarity. What I can say with clarity is the hire-on bonus is in the draft budget, so that's up for consideration. The compensation adjustment this year for 12% is in the draft budget, so that'll be up to council. That's there now. As we continue to work and look at the recruitment and retention program, we may bring it back as one package. We may phase it in, right? I can't tell you at this moment. It's a little premature, but we'll continue to bring an update to the council in a few months and let you know where we are.
Thank you, Mario.
You're welcome.
And also want to say thank you all, officers, for, I know that the things you do for the city, it's because some of you guys, some of the officers here at the city, they live here and they love Sunland Park. They sure have options to leave other place, to go elsewhere, but you decide to stay here. So I'm very grateful to you for the officers who have done that.
Thank you.
And easily we could have just been without a department. I know that we cannot compete with other agencies like the state or El Paso or Las Cruces, and you decide to be here with us. So I thank you all very much for that.
Thank you, sir.
Mayor, I did have a.
Councilor Tellez.
So, Lieutenant Romero, as far as the field training, how long is the field training for the officers?
Field training is 3.5 months.
3.5 months?
Yes.
Okay. And then I think what Councilor Jaramillo was alluding to was the longevity pay. So they are getting a bonus. I think it's 1 to 3. You structured it all the way up to 15. They cap out at 15.
That is correct.
Okay.
So the reason we cap off at 15 is obviously we are acknowledging budget as well. So I'm not gonna come here and ask for the world when I know we can't. I'm trying to be as reasonable as I can with those numbers. And again, as the city manager said, this is a draft that we've spoken about and I wanted to present to hopefully we can come up with something more permanent down the line after the approval, of course.
Okay. Is there incentive packages, say, for your specialty units, your K-9 units?
So there is incentive packages within the CBA, the union contract, which provides them with a percentage of increase per pay for whatever specialty they have, either K-9, SRT, drone pilots and stuff like that.
Okay. When was the last negotiation on that one? Is it up for negotiation so we can? Okay, so soon. So
Yes.
I guess if we can start working on that, get ahead of the game, we can make sure when it does it comes presented, because again, your job is, as we both know, and as for some of you that know my profession, it's a thankless job.
It is.
There's a lot that's expected of us. There's a lot that the general public doesn't realize and see. So I think a well-compensated police department equals lower crime rates, equals happy customers across the board. So again, thank you. Thank you for everything you do for the city.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions? On my end, just want to say that not too long ago, I met up a former police officer. He was telling me stories about there was only one police officer per shift in the city of Sunland Park. So we've come a long ways, but there's still so much that we have to do, and I appreciate the work that you guys are putting into this, and to continue to look towards the long-term future of the entity in the city of Sunland Park. And it's in growing pain, it's a growing city, but it's as we continue to improve, we want to make sure that the police department is also competitive with the surrounding areas, along with the other departments within the city of Sunland Park. So having this information is helpful for us to be able to make the decision as we go into the budget season. So thank you all for your service and for this time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, from here we go on to the consent agenda. Items on the consent agenda are considered to be routine and will be enacted in one motion unless the council requests an item be discussed and voted on separately. At this time, I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion to approve consent agenda.
I have a motion on the floor made by Councilor Jaramillo to approve the consent agenda. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion, excuse me.
Second.
The motion has been seconded by Councilor Reyes. Let me have a roll call vote on the matter, please.
Councilor Berta Salmon,
Aye.
Councilor Mili Sandoval.
Aye, can you hear me?
Yes, Councilor, thank you. Councilor Armando Mata, Councilor Maria Burciaga.
Aye.
Councilor Alberto Jaramillo,
Aye.
Councilor Raúl Telles.
Aye.
Motion carries, sir.
Now, for my clarification, did Millie Sandoval answer? No? Okay. Okay. Motion carries unanimously. The consent agenda has been approved. Item number 10 under new business and resolutions. Approval of a resolution approving the final plat for Rancho Santa Teresa Unit 3 subdivision, case file number, subdivision final 260017, located in the city of Sunland Park.
Good afternoon, Mayor and members of the council. Arisbe Rivas, City Planner. So this is a resolution approval of the final plat for Rancho Santa Teresa Unit 3 subdivision located in Sunland Park, New Mexico. This is a resolution that was submitted from us, City of Sunland Park. Next, you will see the plans submitted by the applicant. And lastly, we have our comments from our on-call engineers, which is Molson. And as per our on-call engineers, the comments that they submitted, the plans meet all requirements. I'm sorry. So as per planning and zoning and city staff, we recommend approval and we stand before you for any questions.
Thank you. So there's still conditions, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So at this time,
are in the slide.
At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve item number 10 with the conditions in the packet.
Item to approve. Item 10 with conditions.
I have a motion on the floor made by Councilor Reyes. Is there a second?
Second.
The motion has been seconded by Councilor Burciaga, and that's to approve item number 10. Discussion by the council?
What are the conditions that are in place right now?
I believe those.
So they're going to be in slide number 7 and 8. So the applicant must abide by all local, state, and ordinance regulations prior to becoming open. Any change or use of business for the subject property will require you to obtain a different application. Applicants shall not make any substantial changes in plans without City Council or Planning and Zoning Commission approval. Applicant must submit the required applications to Community Development Department prior to any type of development. Applicant must obtain any necessary New Mexico DOT permit approvals prior to becoming open. applicant must consider IFC and IBC regulations for future development. And the last one will be the final plat is not in full force and effect until it has been duly recorded in the office of Doña Ana County Clerk and copies filed with the Community and Economic Development Department. Approval of the final plat shall become null and void if the plat is not recorded within 6 months after the date of approval, unless an extension of time is granted by the governing body.
Thank you, ma'am. What's the light plan in that area? Because I know we've run into an issue in the past where developers come in, they'll develop, and the communities are left in the dark, literally. So are we tracking that aspect of this in those conditions to make sure that they're held liable, to make sure there's adequate lighting?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, if I may.
Gracias.
Gracias. This is your first presentation?
No, but I can always get nervous.
No, you're so nervous, you're making me nervous. Tranquila. I just have one question.
Yes.
Do we have anything that might get challenged at court if this is passed?
What was that again? I'm sorry?
Is there anything, everything is according to our local law, right?
Yes.
Is there anything that could, in this that could get challenged in court in case this passes? Do you think like any technicalities or anything of that sort, timeliness, anything?
So, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, the short answer is there's always a right of appeal for a citizen, but in this particular case, they have complied with all the conditions. So, staff is recommending approval, and so that's the correct direct answer I can give you, right? I can't say nobody's going to walk out the door and trip on some bubble gum that's too high and not want to sue. I mean, that's just the reality of life.
So we did our due diligence
We have.
in terms of providing the application to be ¿cómo se dice? Posted prior to the meeting, the right way and everything. It's in a timely manner y todo.
I'm going to defer to staff in terms of the public notification and posting.
Yes, just to let you know, for the preliminary plat, we have to notify the public notice letters. For the final plat, as per our land development code, we shouldn't be doing the public notice letters. So it's only on the preliminary plat.
Sounds well. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mayor.
And to make sure that we stay in compliance, now we jump over to the public hearing portion. All right, at this time, if there's anybody from the public who wishes to address the council on this matter, you have the opportunity to do so. Seeing and hearing none. Anybody online, huh? Seeing and hearing none, the public hearing portion of this item is now closed. So that's another legal thing I have to do.
Oh, no.
All right. Further discussion? Further questions, I mean? No? All right. Let me have a roll call vote on the matter, please.
Councilor Alberto Jaramillo.
Aye.
Councilor Berta Salmon.
Aye.
Councilor María Burciaga.
Aye.
Councilor Armando Mata. Councilor Mili Sandoval. Councilor Raúl Tellas.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion carries unanimously. Item number 10 has been approved. Item number, no, we're done. If there's people here for items 11 and 12, I just want to remind everyone that those two items were removed from the agenda, and they're going to be brought in a special meeting on May 11th due to some technicalities. From here, we're going to go on to the city manager's report.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, we've got about 4 items that I'll be presenting, and then I'll be inviting up here as part of the city manager's report an update of some initial conversations with La Piñon, who will be making sort of a closing presentation for the council. Let's go ahead and jump into the next slide for the agenda. So I'll talk a little bit today on some work that's been ongoing regarding a memorandum of understanding for the Monte Cristo Boulevard corridor study area. This is an area for a couple of years that we've looked at and have had some funding set aside. It's still in the budget today. It's been on a rolling basis for a couple of years. I'll show you a little map and explain to you why we've had it on the radar. I will also share with you the Sunland Park Elementary School land transfer agreement. We are in conversations with Gadsden Independent School District on several. You just recently adopted last month an MOU for the area directly north of us here, or to my left, for some baseball fields. This is the next agreement that we're looking at, transferring some real estate, 25 acres to be exact, of Sunland Park Elementary School over to the city of Sunland Park. Want to also brief you on the Edgemont multipurpose passive recreational flood control facilities and why that's important. And then, as I indicated, La Piñon Sexual Assault Recovery Services. Ms. Angelica will come up here and she'll introduce herself and talk a little bit about some of the services that they provide and the need to bring those down to the southern part of the county. Next slide. Next. So let's talk about Monte Cristo Boulevard. This illustration over to the right-hand side, just to orient everyone. Some of you may not be familiar online or here in the audience. Over to the right, far right, towards the corner is the Rio Grande. New Mexico 273 is about the middle, going diagonally from bottom of the screen to the top. On the southern end of this corridor area is Ross. On the north end is Rio Grande Drive, which is one of the adjacent streets to Riverside Elementary School. The dashed red line is the anticipated Monte Cristo Boulevard alignment, i.e. corridor. Now, only a portion of that roadway is currently constructed, and it's probably the widest, straightest road in the entire 20 square miles of the city limit. Hence, one of the reasons that we've been focusing on it from a safety perspective. We have had discussions, and we're proposing, and so I wanted to brief you today, we're proposing a three-way partnership. The three-way partnership would be with Gadsden Schools and DACC. Gadsden Schools, about a little less than 18 months ago, we began a project there when Gadsden was on the tail end of design and was going to construct a new pre-K school. So many of the students that were at Sunland Park Elementary School are actually migrated over to this area, and if you haven't had a chance to visit Riverside, there is a new building, a pre-K facility that is situated on the southwest corner of their campus. With those improvements, more traffic is generated. Also, the college recently got funding. Mr. Grajeda and I had a meeting with the Chancellor Torres, a couple of weeks ago, and they are going to be constructing a workforce development facility to expand their programs here in Sunland Park. DACC sees this area an area of explosive growth, and they see the need to, as they develop their campus, to really create a special place where they can retain the students, right? And so as that facility expands, as those programs expand, we also increase traffic. And then lastly, the city of Sunland Park, as you know, we've got the MBD facility that opened up earlier in 2025. We have the CRUA building that's getting ready to house CRUA administration later this summer, and then a food pantry that will be opening up in November. That generates traffic, and we have more room for growth. It is a smart land use development, smart land use planning, to look at this at a more regional level, to consider the improvements that the school district, the college, and the city is doing, take a comprehensive analysis of the land use, the future infrastructure that's needed to support that growth, the transportation, travel, and safety, and coordinate things such as RTD stops in the area so that we can provide enhanced infrastructure and enhanced quality of life for the surrounding areas and those that are going to be attending DACC in the future. Next slide. In our conversations with DACC, as I stated earlier, we've had 180,000 set aside for the last couple of years that we've rolled over. It's under that capital projects. I believe, Councilor Theus, you had asked for a list of that. It's on that list. And so you can see the slide on the upper left, that's the city's master plan. Those are all the future, some of them are under construction now, and some of them are planned for the future as the need arises to expand. The aerial on the lower right-hand corner is showing the college and its proximity to the City of Sunland Park's Guitar Social Complex, which is what we call our campus. The MOU does a few things. It draws on commitments from all three parties to collaborate in the regional planning and the pursuit of state and federal funding and private funding to develop not just the roadway extension, but everything that's associated with typical roadways. And as you know, as we're focusing on these roadway improvements, we now integrate trails, we integrate lighting for safety. And so we want to make sure that we're also looking at any support infrastructure underground that needs to go in at the time, whether it's drainage, sewer, water, power, so on and so forth. It positions the city, DACC, and Gadsden Schools as we prepare ourselves in the 2027 upcoming session. It seems early, right, because it's April, but the reality is the legislators working throughout the calendar year, and so we want to get in the forefront of many of the committees that are meeting this calendar year and begin to get them informed of the priorities for this region. The outcomes, of course, as we stated, coordinated growth, improved mobility, and infrastructure readiness. Next slide. So again, regional land use and infrastructure to restate and reinforce water distribution, wastewater collection, stormwater management, natural gas, power, fiber. It's going to promote an inviting and safe community college campus. That was a big one. So if you're out there in Santo Domingo, and one of the discussions we had with the chancellor is envision Santo Domingo being designed with the concept in mind that we want to retain students. That changes the way you approach design, because now you're considering a design that is open, inviting, creates an environment. We were talking about street lights that could be decorative in nature, that could accommodate maybe the college DACC flags, that the streetscape, the shade structures, the benches, all of that could really promote and support the mission of education on that campus. That really gives it a true small mini campus feel. Next slide. And then finally, Sunland Park Elementary School land transfer agreement. This is something that conversations began probably about mid-year in 2025. Next. This is a parcel map. The shaded aqua blue colored, aqua green colored area is the 25 acres at Sunland Park Elementary School. This would be a land transfer agreement between the city and Gadsden Schools. We've identified the parcel number in this area. The transfer would be at no cost. This is the vehicle for that transfer. We've cited the statute here, 13-6-2. And the primary reason for the conversations last year centered really around public safety, fire and police. To be able to support public safety, housing, and education. So how do we do that? We conducted a site visit early in 2025. We had Chief Medrano and at the time our Chief of Police, Lopez, there, along with Gadsden staff that gave us a tour of the facility to get familiar and to see how conducive this particular building would be to supporting public safety. The idea that has grown from that is that the city has an opportunity to do something special within a 2,000-mile border that, to my knowledge, doesn't exist today. And that would be to develop a high-tech training facility that would support not just local PD and public safety as fire, right, as a training facility, but could support county, state, and federal initiatives. We want to do that because it opens up the opportunities to also go after that funding opportunities. We also have a partnership, and you're aware, with Gadsden Schools. We do have a couple of criminal justice students that we've been actively bringing in as interns, and we created the public service position, the public service aide, so that we can also have more presence out in the city. You've probably seen the white charger out there. I believe we're looking at adding a couple of more, and AC Morales is happy to answer, I'm sure, if you have any questions related to that. But we want to build our own. We want to build our own farm system. This facility would also accommodate that. So part of the structure of the land transfer agreement that I would suggest in the discussions I've had with Gadsden is that we would include the access, perpetual access to the spaces and the programs that support the criminal justice program. And we would do the same with with Doñana Community College. Next slide. When we talk about high-end, it seems technology is moving so quickly. The buzzword is AI, but that buzzword may be gone next year, right? Because technology is evolving. But we certainly want to develop a state-of-the-art. It's going to be a recruitment and retention tool, frankly. We want to carve out. I'm proposing that we do the land use planning that will support the vision, and that we carve out a portion of the 25 acres and we dedicate it to housing that would be dedicated to attracting teachers, educators, and law enforcement, because that's how we're going to build capacity locally in this area. The outcome, again, just the regional training hub, community investment locally, but pulling on state and federal opportunities as well. If we've been successful at executing the program, then we will see folks, hopefully, in the not too distant future, traveling from across the nation to visit this training facility because it'll be nationally recognized. Next slide. And then lastly, on my end, before I turn it over to La Piñon, next. Over on the far right, it's a little difficult to see with the scale, but the rendering is in the middle. That's the ongoing Bolero development truck stop with commercial and retail. To the far right is one of the large ponds, I call the Edgemont Pond, and then in the center, just below that, is a inline series pond. I think we lost connection. But while it's coming back up, we have been working, believe it or not, on several ponds. Some of the issues historically that we're managing is that we have a lot of holes in the ground for flood control, and they've got chain link fence around them, and all you see is a bunch of weeds and illegal dumping, right? So we've got to give them intentional purpose and use to draw the public and start to discourage illegal dumping. Next slide. So as part of this, in 2024, we began to apply for federal funding. It only took 2 years, right? The federal government doesn't move very slow, but we finally got the funding. This is the award letter that FEMA sent in. We are in the procurement phase right now, so with federal funding, the procurement's a little more rigorous, so we got to send in all our documentation of our on-calls that we use, and then it's got to clear that before we can start moving towards the planning and design task orders. But this funding will be utilized to do all of the planning and design, which is also going to include a unique element of bringing in environmental and biologists onto the team in order to develop a what we call a passive recreational park, next slide, that we can transform this existing hole in the ground, and that's straight off of Google Earth. On the red box, if you ever had an opportunity to go out there, there's a large transmission power line, and their concrete foundation was being exposed. And so the idea is we want to take, these ponds have to have maintenance roads at the top so we can maintain the slopes. So we're proposing a 12-foot wide reinforced concrete trail similar to the one up here on McNutt in front of the sports complex. We want to secure it. We'll use like a 3-strand barbless fence and post so that it's natural, similar to state parks and national parks. Use Cortan metal types, which are rustic in nature. It's a lot of the design elements are taken straight out of the state and national park service design criteria. So, and the idea is to really, with the help of biologists, botanists, that sort of thing, is to really look at, okay, so what is a natural habitat in this area? How do we create interpretive signing and educational learning opportunities so that people have a reason to come out here and visit this flood control, right? So, and people forget that it's a pond, right? They think it's a recreational use space, and so it becomes inviting. Next. So I'm happy to answer any questions. Otherwise, I'm going to turn it over to La Piñon. So any questions so far on what we presented? Any concerns on specifically if there's concerns or comments on the land transfer? That I need to know because I am working on an agreement and I'm going to be sending it to the attorney. And so I want to make sure that that is something that this council would support. Then we'll keep pushing forward. If it's not, then that's okay too. So let me know.
I can get a better detail on the actual land swap, parcels for parcel, see where they're located, see what we're dealing with in general. And then the point of contact for GISD. It's going to be an email that I'll be sending your way regarding some concerns that populated. So again, just we don't want anything to be coming back and biting us.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
Not a problem. Thank you. Any other councils members before I turn it over to Ms. Angelica from La Piñon?
All right.
All right.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Mayor, council, men and women, thank you for inviting me, city manager. My name is Angelica Calderon. I am the executive director to La Piñon Sexual Assault Recovery Services. Our organization provides these vital services to Doña Ana County, Luna County, Hidalgo County, and Sierra County. So we cover a large portion of the southwestern part of the state. If you can switch, thank you. I'm just going to go over a brief overview of all of our services, and then I want to talk about what we do here in Sunland Park and in the southern communities. So we provide crisis intervention 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to any victims and survivors of sexual violence, child abuse, and also we are now providing services to victims and survivors of intimate partner violence with our medical unit. Outpatient counseling is one of the services we provide as well. These services are available not only to our victims and survivors who are impacted by this type of violence, but also family members, friends, spouses, anyone who might have been part of experiencing the trauma. We provide community education as well. We have a whole team who actually goes out into your community and provides information regarding what healthy relationships look like, also what it means to be an active bystander, trying to change rape culture. We are currently at Gadsden High School and also Santa Teresa High School, providing that information to the students because our goal is, of course, to prevent violence. My goal is to actually not have a job one day, so we're working towards that. We do professional training as well. We work with law enforcement individuals, medical teams, first responders, and of course anyone who wants to know information about how to keep children safe and what does it look like to be someone who prevents sexual violence. Our SANE unit, which means SANE stands for Sexual Assault Nurse Examiner. Our units, unfortunately, are in Las Cruces. If there is a victim or survivor that lives in Sunland Park, they, for the most part, would have to travel to Las Cruces to receive those medical services. And our nurses, right now, we are currently at eight nurses who are available, again, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They gather evidence for what people call the rape kit for law enforcement if there's charges to be prosecuted or to be sought after. But also, our medical unit is just to ensure that the victim and survivor is healthy, that they, if they need follow-up care, if there was some type of physical injury, what is the next step for them? We also provide prophylactics, which prevents any type of STI or STD. And then our Children's Advocacy Center, there is a large portion of our services as well. We provide services to children where there is a suspicion of any type of abuse, not only sexual abuse, but also physical abuse, witnesses to crime. And that entire department entails several services: case management, counseling, getting mental health assessments, and our children also go through the forensic interview process, which we work with closely with Child Protective Services, law enforcement, and the DA's office. We also have our Kid Talk Warm Line, which is available throughout the state, and it's available for children. We have trained volunteers, just like we do on our crisis line, answering that warm line for phone calls and text messages. We want to build communication with children in your community. Sometimes those phone calls are to the extreme that they're disclosing abuse, that they're not safe in their home, or maybe something happened at school. But sometimes it's actually positive, saying that they passed their spelling test. And we just want to have that open communication so they can know that La Piñon is safe. Kid Talk is a safe place for them to go to. All of our services are free of cost. We are grant funded. Over 60% of our funding comes from our legislator, from the state. We have federal funds and also local funds through the city of Las Cruces that stay in the city. We can go to the next slide. So a couple of statistics for New Mexico. I want to respect your time and not go through each and every one, but I think one that really comes into mind is, in a recent survey with our state coalition, over 54% of New Mexicans have experienced sexual violence in their lifetime. I mean, if you really think of that number, 54%, that's high, where they disclose that some type of sexual violence occurred to them, whether it was some type of harassment or to the extent of rape. So these are, again, some statistics for New Mexico. We can go to the next slide. I want to talk about Sunland Park. In our fiscal year, and La Piñon does our fiscal year like the state fiscal year, July through June, we had 34 cases from Sunland Park, so that's last fiscal year. That's over 50% of the cases that our Southern Advocate works. Our Southern Advocate provides services to everyone from Mesilla Park all the way to Sunland Park. So we had a total of 65 cases from the southern communities. Of those 65, 34 belonged in Sunland Park. Of those 34 cases, 32 were children's cases. That's over 94%. That's pretty alarming, right? In fiscal year 24, Sunland Park, we had a total of 41 cases. There was a little bit of variation with the total southern communities. It was about 28% of those cases. But again, if you look at the total number of children's cases, 40 of the 41, that's 98%. In fiscal year 23, 21 cases, 100% of our cases were children's cases. The reason why I wanted to bring to your attention about the children's cases is because currently we have a great relationship with Sunland Park PD. Our advocate has borrowed space wherever they have space to sit and meet with clients. But as you can imagine, talking about sexual violence is difficult. And we are great partners with law enforcement. We empower our victims and survivors to make those police reports. Obviously, for children, it is the law, we have to report that. But when it comes to adults, it's their decision. And I believe, and research has shown that there's a stigma going into an agency where they might not feel safe. It has worked. It's working still, right? We're providing services in Sunland Park, having our advocate there at the PD, but we really need a space where victims and survivors feel safe, where they know that their confidentiality is going to be kept. Not that at the police station there's issues with confidentiality, nothing like that. It's just feeling like the person I'm gonna go speak with is on my side, and they're gonna give me all the options of what I can do. So we think that with adult cases, they're not coming forward because they might be concerned of walking into a police station if they have a history, or maybe they just don't understand the process. Can we go to the next slide? I also wanted to talk about the long-term impacts. There's studies proven that it costs over $100,000 for one person who has been victimized by sexual violence, based on the services in their lifetime, right? Based on the services that they're getting from agencies like us. The prosecution, the investigation portion, medical services. I think it's important to have services like La Piñon and other agencies who are there to prevent the violence, but also to help and support victims and survivors so they can break the cycle. In case they have children, so they know what signs to look for. So I think it's important to make you all aware of the economic impact. We can go to the next slide. Like I was speaking of earlier, the benefits of a Southern office space. It's a neutral, safe environment, right? We're there to provide these services to victims and survivors and educate them when they're adults of all their options. You know, sometimes they might not want to report to law enforcement, but we're still going to provide the services whether they report or not. It overcomes the barrier of transportation. I mean, you all know having to go to Las Cruces from here, that's a full day, right? If you're wanting to receive services, if you're wanting to receive counseling services from Las Cruces, it's a full day that they have to miss from work, and we're trying to break that barrier. It's a private space for mental health services. My goal is if we were to have a space, not only for our victim advocate, but also for one of our clinicians, who one of them has agreed to drive from Las Cruces and provide that service here once a week if that space were to be available. It's community connection. I'm a firm believer that it takes a full community to make a change. It takes all of us here in this space, all of us in the community, to be able to change and break cycles in violence. You can go to the next slide. That's our contact information. I did bring business cards and brochures. You're always welcome to go to our website. There's lots of information there. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Questions?
Yes, sir.
Councilor Reyes.
Regarding your mental health, ma'am, stabilization, what's a stabilization facility? If you're based out of Cruces, who are you using to, say, I have a teenager, adolescent, an adult that's going through a mental health crisis that needs to be placed in a detention order of sort? I'm not sure what the verbiage is here in New Mexico, but if they got to go in for stabilization, which facility are you using?
It really just depends on the family and where the clinician recommends, I shouldn't say prefers. We do have those cases where sometimes they need a little extra help. We'll provide what we call a crisis session with our in-house therapist there in Las Cruces, but then if they see that they need a little bit more care, the two facilities that we have good relationships with is the Peak or Mesilla Valley Hospital.
Okay. I guess that was more of my question, the inpatient portion instead of the clinical setting. As far as PD, we have a crime analyst on the department that tracks us and feeds the data that she's presenting? No?
This information is from our data that we collected with all of the, I didn't get it from Sunland Park or anything like that. It was information based on all the cases that we have coming forward.
The generalized piece?
Yes.
Okay. So victim advocate services, I guess we don't have one of those as well? All right. So mandated reporters, I know that you wanted to create a safe zone, but are you all mandated reporters? Say I've got a child that comes up and says I was sexually assaulted, but because of the safe space, are you mandated to report? Same thing goes with adults. Are you mandated to report that?
For children, so 17 and under, we are mandated reporters. We have to report that, yes, we do.
Okay. And then
For adults 18 and above, that we give them the option. We empower them to make that decision. So we educate them, we encourage them. But if they're in a space where they do not want to file a police report, that's their option, that's their choice. We will still continue with services, even the forensic collection of the evidence of the medical exam, say that they're in protocol. We will still go through that process because you never know, a month down the line, they might be in a better space and say, I want to move forward reporting to law enforcement, and now we have a kit that law enforcement can pick up and send to the crime lab.
Okay, thank you. And then I guess the numbers, I mean, we saw the numbers and they're pretty high, 98%. But I would say being in law enforcement, those numbers are still low because those are the only reported numbers. These are the ones that actually get caught. As you're looking at about a 25 to 35% margin. Now I'm being moderate on that, on the cases that are not reported. And when we think rape, we think females are the only victims. No,
Right.
there's cases that males that get raped all the time. So
Absolutely.
you know, I
think
applaud
that-
you for the efforts because it takes a tough-minded individual to hear the people for one, to hear the victims as they're pouring their hearts out to you all, and then process, get your personal perspective out to the side, and actually try to, you know, be that positive function in their life. So thank you for what you do.
Absolutely, thank you, I appreciate that. Speaking of, I've been with La Piñon for 14 years. Actually, I think today is my 14th year anniversary. But I conducted child forensic interviews for part of my career, and I want to say that under the age of 12, males were the primary getting, where those reports were coming in. So I thank you for recognizing that. Yes, there's also male victimization. I appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am, and happy anniversary.
Thank you. I'm going to go work at Home Depot, don't tell anybody.
Any other questions?
Mayor,
Go ahead.
thank you. So, on the 65 victims number, the statistics, that accounted for, you mentioned southern communities.
Yes.
And at the same time, we had 34 instances where a victim was assaulted in Sunland Park.
Yes.
So how many, that's over 50% of victims
Yes.
were assaulted in Sunland Park.
Yes.
Compared to other communities, how many other communities were taken into consideration? I'm trying to put it into perspective because
Yes.
if it's alarming, if we have several communities that altogether have less assaults than the 50% that happened in Sunland Park, that means that there is a crisis happening in Sunland Park? Or how many I wanna put it into perspective to understand how many communities were looked to put it in to build your
Right.
analysis.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, our state used to have famous Dr. Betty Caponera, who is a researcher who got information from law enforcement, the DA's office, services like us, and was able to compile a more accurate report. The information that I provided you today was just our numbers from La Piñon. So the southern communities for us is everything from Mesilla Park all the way to Sunland Park. So all the colonias, Union, La Mesa, Chamberino, all those areas, all the way up to Sunland Park, and also Chaparral.
So it could mean only that in that case, because it's separate communities altogether, and there's not a lot of population.
Right.
In Sunland Park, it's a whole city.
Exactly.
Okay. Also, you mentioned survivors.
Yes.
It's not only like kids could be survivors, but people in their adulthood who became they were assaulted in their childhood, they're still survivors.
Absolutely.
And some of them don't even speak about it. They never get treatment, or there's a point in time when they feel that they need that because their minds, their heart, physically they cannot endure the stress anymore, and they want treatment. do you also offer that service for those kinds of survivors who are adults who were assaulted in their childhood?
Yes, sir, we do. We will offer services to someone where they experienced this type of trauma 5 minutes ago, 5 hours ago, 5 months ago, 50 years ago. Because I've been there for so long, I've had cases where someone in their 90s decided to call and say, I need to get this off my chest. And I'm sorry if I get emotional. I love the work that I do. But she said, I needed to get this off my chest because my husband, unfortunately, passed away and I never shared it with him. And it was something that haunted me. Ugh, I get chills thinking about it. But our services are available. Again, like if something happened 5 minutes ago, 50 years ago, we're here to help, whether it's a phone call or you want to do the full services, medical, outpatient counseling, connection to law enforcement, or the child protective services. At the end of the day, we meet the client where they're at.
This is beautiful what you do, you know.
Thank you.
There's people who have talked to me about their. I'm not an expert, but I'm a good listener. So sometimes I listen to their stories and it's very heartbreaking. It's really hard to listen to them, and I believe this what you do is very beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
To let people know that there's always help out there, and help them understand that they're not alone, and they can surpass this. They can survive it.
Absolutely.
I've seen it where people they believe that they're not gonna be able to survive this, and they do after therapy. So it's really touching, and I really appreciate what you do for the people in our area.
Absolutely, thank you.
And if it was up to me, if I could do something and I can support this, definitely I'll support it here at the city. If there's anything presented to have an office, a space, or an office or something to support this program, definitely I will support it 100%.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you.
I do want to say I commend you for your work. I know dealing with these situations is not easy.
Right.
It can take a toll on one, and you have to carry that with you because you have to be strong for others. So I really commend you and thank you for what you do there. And I appreciate the police department, the relationship they have built with La Piñon. I know the issue of space has been an ongoing issue for a long time, but I think it highlights the fact that we are out of space, and that that's what we're making investments. I've seen comments about, the city shouldn't be investing in these new buildings. They should focus on the streets only and focus on. But these are the stories that are sometimes untold, that are behind the scenes, that still require that space. Now, my question to you is, what does that space look like for you to be able to, for people to feel comfortable? You mentioned maybe the police department's not the best location. As a city, we're making investments in several buildings across the community for a lot of different needs. And you're in one right now. This was built not too long ago to address, the fact that we needed a community space, and now we have that. We're looking to build a new police department headquarters. We're looking to build a new fire department headquarters. We're in the process of building an urgent care center. But in all of these spaces, I mean, what would be an ideal place that you think would help people feel comfortable approaching your offices and getting these services and reporting things that should be reported?
Well, I'm going to be realistic, and then I'm going to tell you my dream. Realistically, would even be just one office space. We would provide the furniture, a couch, right, something comfortable for them to sit on, because I would like to provide mental health services in that space, a desk, and our Southern Advocate is mobile, so she has all the stuff, right, Wi-Fi and all that she carries with her, so she can meet with someone at NMSU at the branch there on Gadsden, the Gadsden office, and then that one office would be, I could work with that. My dream, of course, would be to have offer all of our services, because I know, and I'm sure you can speak with law enforcement, them having to go to Las Cruces for a child forensic interview, that's a whole trip for them, right? They're having to be there not only for the interview with the child, which normally lasts about an hour, but sometimes that interview takes longer, and you're talking to parents and non-offending caregivers before and after. You're coordinating with medical. Do we need to pick up a kit? All those things. So it would be a dream to have a small space here in Sunland Park. What the challenge is, it's because it's Doñana County. So when I ask for funding through our legislator or the grant process, it includes Doñana County as a whole, and having to split that money from Las Cruces to all these areas in the southern community, it's a challenge, because I'm sure you see, but funding has been cut. So
Okay. I mean, maybe we can meet up further down the road and see, maybe develop a plan about creating a space that can really help address this issue for long into the future. Just like we did with the food pantry, and we partnered with Casa Peregrino. We went to the legislature asking for funding for that, and we were successful in that. I think this can be another place where we can create partnerships with La Piñon to seek funding for services like this.
Absolutely.
So.
I think that us being here accessible to your community is important. It's different. I believe, I don't know, I'm a little old school. Talking to someone in person is better and safer than talking to someone over the phone or via text, right? The newer generation might feel a little bit different, but being here in this community and just being accessible, it'll go strides for your constituents. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right.
All right. Thank you. Anything else?
No, Mr. Mayor, that concludes the presentation.
All right, from here we go on to the mayor's report. I don't have much more to report. We've gone over a lot of the different things happening in the city, but I also want to, like Councilor Thayas mentioned, the 5K run. I did get to participate in that as well. I want to commend people at Desert View Elementary who coordinated a fantastic event, and Sunland Park Police Department for being there as well. I think they got about 300 people. I think that's what they're saying. Because their goal for next year is, I think, 400. One thing that I present to them is that we can take the top winners and sponsor them for the City of Sunland Park race that we sponsor with Ronald McDonald, which I think their next race, so that we can, and then just the students, so that we can continue to foster that growth within our youth and healthy living. So we'll work on the details with that, but the Desert View did a fantastic job, and I'm glad to say I am from Desert View Elementary. So I hadn't done that walk from my house to the school in a long time, and it just took me back. But thank you all. I appreciate your time this evening. I have 6:58 p.m. If there's no objection, we are adjourned.